This is the Vanpowers GrandTeton. It's their brand new entry into the fat tire e-bike market. Now, the fat tire e-bike market is really saturated, so Vanpowers wanted to do some different things to stand out from any of their competition. Real quickly, you can see that this has a super unique frame. This is an all aluminum frame made with 6061 aluminum, so it's going to be super strong and super durable. Now you can get this in two different models and multiple colors. This one is their Pro. They do have an Ultra version, and the differences aren't all that big, but definitely something you're going to want to look at to make sure you get the one that's right for you. Now on the Pro version here, you do get a 750 watt rear hub motor. If you choose to go with the Ultra, you get a Bafang mid-drive motor. So it's totally up to you to pick out which one is going to be right for you. Now take note of this, if you get the mid-drive, it does not have a throttle. So if you're somebody who wants a throttle on your bike, you're definitely going to want to pick up the Pro because it's going to have a throttle with this rear hub motor. Now something super unique to this bike is the connectivity. This has a 4G GPS tracker built into it, and it's right under this panel right here. This is also going to allow you to put a geo fence around a specific area so you can know if your bike is moved outside that area. And if somebody comes along and moves your bike, it'll alert you on your phone, and it will also sound an alarm on the bike. This bike has a built-in speaker underneath here, so this bike can actually talk to you and tell you what mode you're in. It can also tell you if you're low on battery.
Eco mode, sport mode, boost mode.
Kind of a neat feature. It's not for everybody, but it's nice that you can turn that on and off inside the app. Stock from the factory, it's going to come shipped as a Class 2 e-bike, so you're going to get a maximum of 20 miles an hour on pedal assist and throttle. But if you go into the app and turn on the Class 3 mode, you're going to get a pedal assist level of 28 miles an hour. So one of the other really nice and convenient features is that this has a big charger. Now my particular model came with a 3-amp charger, which will allow you to charge up this 65-mile range bike in about 3 to 5 hours. Now some of the standard features on this bike are going to be the Tektro hydraulic disc brakes. This is one of my favorite brands when it comes to any bike out there. These things are super reliable, very easy to maintain, and also easy to find replacement pads or rotors if you ever need to. Now, just like a lot of Vanpowers bikes, you are going to get a nice control pad up here and a really nice thumb throttle. Alongside that, you are going to get a really cool screen. This screen I've seen on some other brands that I've reviewed, and I absolutely love it. It's super simplistic. It's tucked back behind here by the stem and the bars, so if you do have an accident, you don't have to worry about this screen getting damaged. So one of my favorite things about this bike is the Shimano Q's drivetrain. Shimano Q's is one of the newest Shimano setups out there. Most of the bikes I review come with 7 speeds and occasionally an 8-speed. But the Shimano Q setup is a 9-speed setup. You get a nice thumb shifter and index shifter right here underneath your bars. And then down here, you're gonna get a nice Shimano Q's rear derailleur along with a wide range 9-speed cassette. Now the Shimano Q's cassette is an 11 to 41 tooth. So having that 11 tooth as your smallest gear is going to allow you to hit those really high speeds. And to go along with the rear cassette and the drivetrain, this has a crankset that has a 42 tooth chainring on it. That's going to allow you to hit those higher speeds without having to worry about ghost pedaling. Now on both the GrandTeton Pro and Ultra, you're going to get the same 120 millimeter hydraulic fat tire fork. This thing is super smooth out on the road. Now, just like most of the e-bikes that I review, this has a built-in headlight that's somewhat decent, but the big impressive thing on this is the rear taillights built into the chainstays. These I've seen on other bikes, but these are absolutely massive. They're probably a total of a foot long. You can't miss this bike going down the road. It's absolutely bright, which is really nice, and it's integrated into the brake, so whenever you do brake, these lights will light up really bright. Now, something I enjoy is some of the mountain bike styling that they've done on this bike. They put some nice wide zoom handlebars on here and a shorter stem. This is going to give you a little bit more of an upright feel. You're not going to be leaning over in a more aggressive position, but you're still going to get a mountain bike style feel. And then they put on these really nice, comfortable dual lock-on grips. Now, to make this a fat tire bike, you gotta have fat tires, and they put on some CST 26 by 4 inch wide tires. These things have a traditional knob pattern on them, so they're gonna be good for the road, gravel roads, and some dirt roads. And Vanpowers went with metal fenders, both front and back, so you can ride this in just about any conditions. And they put on a nice rear rack on here, so if you want to put anything on there while you commute or go to the store, you've got a rack to be able to do that with. Now, one thing that I have come to really love with a lot of bikes are torque sensors. And this bike does have a torque sensor built in, so you are going to get a more natural feel when you're out on the road. Now, my particular version here is a pre-production version, so there may be a few things on the actual production version that are different from what you're seeing here. For one, they should be putting on a quick release down here for the seat clamp instead of one that you're going to need a tool to adjust. That's something that I really would like to see, and that's something that they said that they were hoping to be able to add. The other thing they said they might change would be the screen on here, but honestly, I hope they keep it. I really like this screen. It's small, it's minimal, and it gives you all the information and data that you really need. Now, as for price, as of filming this, I am not sure where they're coming in at on price, but if they have told me that before I release this video, I'll put it on the screen right here. Now, overall, my thoughts on the GrandTeton is I think for a fat tire e-bike, this is definitely one of the more premium models out there. There are a few other brands that I really enjoy, but Vanpowers has been one that's been around for quite a while. They've proven themselves in the industry with multiple bikes, multiple iterations, and this one is no exception. The GrandTeton is definitely one of the coolest looking fat tire e-bikes that I have seen so far, and it gives some really premium features with the Tektro brakes, the Q's drivetrain, this awesome screen, the 4G GPS alarm system built into it for tracking, and also a 750 watt motor or a mid-drive motor, all depending on the riding style that you personally want to have. So if you guys want to pick up your GrandTeton, definitely check out my links down below. Those are affiliated, so if you do pick one up, it does help out this channel at no additional cost to you. But if you guys enjoy this review or any of my other reviews, I would really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. It's totally free. All right, guys, get out there and ride your bike.